Hi everyone, my name is Princess and I'm a student here at Brock in my final year of psychology and currently president of Active Minds. This video is one of the ways that I can help others to overcome their struggles with mental health. I would like to give you a first-hand look at my own personal struggle with mental illness. This struggle began at the age of 14 with the tragic and unexpected passing of my eldest brother. 14-year-old me did not know how to cope, and all of my thoughts were simply tucked away. This led me away from a healthy grieving process and spiraled me into depression and bulimia. My life had spiraled out of control. However, the grief eventually faded, and with it faded my mental illness, or so I thought. I moved on to university and away from home, and the stress began to get the better of me. Winter term of my second year, I evolved into someone different. I lost weight, I looked frail, I dropped my classes, I fell behind in school, I kept to myself, I became a pathological liar, I didn't trust anyone, and I no longer wanted to live. My family and friends were not aware of my mental internal battle, and I hid it extremely well. But when I went home, I would turn off my lights. I wasn't eating. I was always sad. I was feeling hopeless. I'd lost my motivation, and I'd really wanted to die. Mental illnesses have a tendency to be comorbid. That means that one mental disorder has a high probability of developing with another. For me, it was a combination of depression and an eating disorder. What did bulimia look like for me? I was told growing up that I was fat and that I needed to lose weight. I would binge eat to feel like I had control over my body and weight. Not the typical eating until you were full and taking a few more extra bites. I mean eating 3,000 plus calories in a span of an hour. After that, the guilt and shame associated with what I had just done was disgusting, and I could not look at myself. To make myself feel better, I would then induce vomiting from all the food I had eaten. After a binging episode, I would spend an hour making myself throw up several times to get rid of the calories I had consumed. It escalated into me losing control of my body. And sometimes, in an effort to manage my weight, I would restrict my food intake, which led to uncontrollable cravings, that led to binging, that led to purging, which is a vicious cycle that I had no control over. I would spend as much of my days as possible in darkness. I was no longer reading, going to school, being active, or making contact with the world. I took up sadness, despair, induced vomiting, and self-harming, and this went on for months. My depression was back, and this time it was stronger than ever, and my downfall was imminent. I spent my days crying for no reason. I thought I was crazy and I was losing my mind. Every negative and dark thought entered my head and prevented me from being able to perform any normal function. Eventually, exhaustion would put me to sleep. I went to bed for months wishing and praying that I would never wake up, that magically my heart would stop beating. And I was convinced that at age 19, death was a way out and that I had lived a long enough life. You might be wondering how I got here today, because thankfully that didn't happen. It was a Monday night that I had called Student Health Services here at school. I'm sorry. And made an appointment for after hours. My savior came in the form of a doctor who told me I'd been suffering long enough, and that it was okay that I cried, and that she really wanted to help me. More people came to my rescue: a mental health nurse, a psychiatrist, and of course, those who were closest to me, and I had finally started to open up. Over time, I was no longer feeling embarrassed of what I went through, and I got the help that I really needed that saved my life. Today, my heart beats, and it's stronger than ever. And with the support of those closest to me, I'm on the road to recovery, and I'm really happy. I can say that at the age of 23, I look forward to the rest of my life. If there was one thing I could tell someone that was going through the same struggle that I am, is it would be to talk about it, to reach out to someone who you can confide in. Because believe it or not, there is someone who wants to help you.